Eala confident in preparations ahead of Australian Open. Eala is confident in her current form ahead of the upcoming Australian Open. Eala reached the semi-finals of the ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand last week but fell short against China's Wang Xinyu. She then headed to the Kooyong Classic in Melbourne, where she defeated Donna Vekic. On Friday, she won the Yvonne Goolagong Collie Trophy after being named champion. It was great for confidence and, to get matches and always helps before Grand Slams, so yeah, I'm confident with how I'm playing, Eala said during a pre-event press conference. It doesn't mean that the matches aren't going to be tough here, so I'm ready for anything. Eala added that despite a busy past few weeks, having played in the Southeast Asian Games in December and starting her 2026 season early, she remains in good shape, noting that the tournaments helped her preparation. Eala at the Kooyong Classic. Yeah, it's been a busy month, but so many blessings and there have been so many memorable moments that just makes me happy to experience, she said. I think I've planned well and my team has done well to arrive here in the best shape possible. It's a Grand Slam, so we're not looking over that fact. I'm ready, I'm here. Eala will face Alicia Parks in the first round, with her match expected on Monday. Eala. Confidence before the first serve. The sun had barely risen, yet the courts were already alive with sound. The crisp thud of a tennis ball meeting strings echoed through the cool morning air, rhythmic and steady, like a heartbeat. At the center of that rhythm stood Eala, calm, focused, and unmistakably confident as she prepared for the Australian Open. Confidence, for Alex, was not loud. It did not announce itself with grand gestures or restless energy. Instead, it lived in the quiet moments, in the way she bounced the ball before a serve, in the steady breath she took between points, and in the discipline that shaped every training session. As the season's first Grand Slam approached, her confidence was built not on hype, but on preparation. Preparation had always been Alex's language of belief. From a young age, she learned that talent opens the door, but work decides how far one walks through it. Each practice session in Melbourne felt like a continuation of years spent refining her craft, from early mornings far from home to international tournaments that tested both her skill and resilience. The Australian Open was not just another tournament, it was a stage where preparation met opportunity. On court, Alex moved with purpose. Her footwork was sharp, her timing precise. Every forehand carried intention, every backhand spoke of repetition and trust. Confidence showed itself not in perfection, but in recovery. When a shot missed its mark, she adjusted without frustration. When a rally grew long, she embraced it, knowing she had trained for these moments. What made Alex's confidence distinctive was its balance. She respected her opponents without fearing them. The Australian Open draw, often filled with seasoned champions and rising stars, did not intimidate her. Instead, it motivated her. Each name on the list represented a challenge, and challenges were what had shaped her growth. Off the court, her preparation continued in quieter ways. Visualization, reflection, and rest were as essential as drills and conditioning. Alex understood that mental strength was as crucial as physical readiness. She pictured herself under the bright lights of Rod Laver Arena, hearing the crowd, feeling the pressure, and responding with clarity. In her mind, she had already played those matches countless times. Confidence also came from gratitude. Carrying the hopes of a nation was never a burden for Alex. It was a source of strength. She thought of the young players watching from home, seeing possibility in her journey. That sense of purpose grounded her. It reminded her that every point she played was larger than the scoreline. As the Australian Open drew closer, the noise around the tournament grew louder. Predictions circulated, expectations formed, and headlines searched for stories. Alex remained steady. She focused on what she could control: her preparation, her attitude, and her effort. Confidence, after all, is not about guaranteeing victory. It is about trusting the process, regardless of outcome. On the eve of the tournament, the courts fell quiet. The final practice ended, and Alex packed her bag with care. There was no dramatic speech, no visible nerves. Just a composed smile and a deep breath. She was ready. When she would step onto the court, racket in hand, She would not be thinking about rankings, pressure, or history. She would think about the first point, then the next. Confidence would guide her, not as a shield against fear, but as a reminder of preparation earned. For Alex Eala, the Australian Open was not a test of belief. Belief had already been built, stroke by stroke, day by day. The tournament was simply the place where that confidence would speak for itself.